out of the UAP Vault. Straight up, do our governments have agreements with aliens? Agreements with non-human intelligence? Let's check out Ross Coulthart with News Nation.
David Grush did talk about agreements. And he wouldn't go into a lot of detail when I pushed him on it really hard in my interview with him. And I'm the only one that's ever had the opportunity to ask him about it. Because I noticed in his DOPSA, he was authorised to talk about agreements. And so I pushed him really hard on it, much more so than he probably wanted to be. And it's clear, the implication to me is that if what David's saying is correct, there are sections of the US government that have concluded agreements of some kind with non-human intelligence. And the implication of that is it part of those agreements, do you think?
For the secrecy.
For the secrecy.
Governments making agreements with non-human intelligence, the same way they would make agreements with other countries. You know, this is nothing new as far as in the UAP, UFO phenomenon and the alien phenomenon in the community. Years ago, it was rumored that Dwight Eisenhower, our president, had entered into negotiations with non-human intelligence in 1954. So again, this is nothing new.
The entire American public has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
So let's start from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You say it's a 90-year cover-up.
Just about, yeah.
90 years?
1933 was the first recovery in Europe, in Magenta, Italy. They recovered a partially intact vehicle.
It's long been known that the regime of dictator Benito Mussolini documented numerous UAP during this time. This internal memo from the Italian secret services includes crude drawings of the UAPs. It's true, it's real.
Yeah, that actually happened. The Italian government moved it to a secure air base in Italy for the rest of kind of the fascist regime until 1944, 1945. And, you know, the Pope Pius XII back-channeled that.
So the Vatican was involved?
Yeah, and told the Americans what the Italians had, and we ended up scooping it.
You know, it seems like entities within the United States government have a habit of doing this around the world where we can. I'm sure China and Russia snatch up their fair share as well. But the Virginia, Brazil incident where the 3 girls saw the demon and a craft was recovered, we ended up going and getting that craft. And there's reports of all sorts of crashes all around the globe that we have a tendency of, and a program to go and pick it up. Yeah, and in that Virginia, Brazil incident, we also supposedly picked up a live alien.
So let me be very clear about this. You're saying that the Catholic Church, the Vatican, they know about the existence of non-human intelligence on this planet?
Certainly.
Watch David Grush here kind of touch on why he thinks this information ought to be released to the public and not just shared by the select few and benefited from by the select few.
Humanity as a whole, especially, you know, the U.S. citizenry as a whole, they're not even benefiting from broad research on this to solve, you know, propulsion, energy issues, novel material science that can improve people's quality of life. It's just totally nuts how it's been protected and inhibits progress.
I just wanted to make a brief point in the video, basically pointing out that there could possibly be agreements with these aliens, these non-human life forms who apparently have superior technologies to ours. And maybe that's why a lot of the secrecy is there. Maybe that's part of the agreement. So I'm going to be interested to see what Trump's decision and statement saying that this information was going to be released to the public. I think there's no way that all of the information is going to be released to the public. And maybe only the minutest of information will be released to the public. And the government might not have access to much of or most of the information because it may be safeguarded by entities within our system, within our country, within our government, quasi-government, or a power that's greater than the government, because they know that the democratic process and with the low IQ of possible citizenry, maybe we don't want that in the hands of the normal, everyday public. You decide. Till next time, signing off out of the UAP Vault.